Social media gets a bad reputation, and there may be a good reason for that. Research shows that there's a relationship between the rise of social media and the decline of mental health. In the beginning, these platforms were supposed to be, if nothing else, just tools to help connect people, online spaces that allowed users to share content about their lives. That concept seems pretty innocent, so how did we get here? Everything online is quantified. We can see how many likes, views, shares, and comments that a post can get. Numbers help us quantify engagements with posts, but they also allow us to compare engagements between other posts. For me, this comparing sounds like, why did this person's latte art video get so many more views than mine? I spent time editing and making mine look good, and why didn't mine just get the same numbers? The danger of what accompanies that tendency to compare is the tendency to attach my self-esteem to whatever it is I put out. Suddenly, maybe I'm not a good barista. Maybe I'm not a good musician. Maybe I'm not a good content creator. The thing is, when people do react, like, and comment, and it's easy for me to feel accepted, and, built up, and just feel great that someone has, approved of what I've made. On the other hand, when there aren't the likes, it's easy to feel rejected. And as an avid people pleaser myself, I certainly have my own unhealthy cravings for external validation that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube can satisfy, and therefore worsens those cravings. Now, I don't think that social media itself is the problem. There's a lot of valuable and hilarious content out there that have certainly been beneficial to my life. And it's not all bad stuff out there. With that being said, even though these platforms aren't inherently evil, they can be used in a harmful way. Harmful to others and harmful to ourselves. What I do think we need to look at is our relationship with social media and our responsibility while using it. How we're using these apps and the value we give to them are really what's causing kind of the decline in mental health that we've been seeing. A person can decide to just delete these apps if that's really what they think is best for them. But for the people like me who would like to keep using them, is there a way to use these apps in a way that won't cause this downward trend? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "When someone is properly grounded in life, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval." I think it would be a big help if we learned to detach ourselves from what we post. If we can find a way to share things and then not worry about if people will accept that content, I feel we'd have just a lot more fun on social media, just sharing cool stuff that we make or find, and we wouldn't feel this sense of rejection when we don't see the numbers that we want. We learn to be all right with however many likes we get and however many likes we don't get. As someone who would like to keep using these apps, I just think that's going to be necessary. I don't really remember getting competitive about show and tell when I was in preschool. I just remember being excited to share, and maybe that's more of the mindset that we need to adopt. The last thing I want to mention is about our responsibility when engaging with these apps. Social media does hold the potential of influence over people. This is a great power, and with great power comes great, written posts, pictures, and videos. These are crystallized thoughts and ideas that will last longer than the emotional or mental state we were in when they were created. If we go about just posting however we feel and think without ever taking the time to filter and process those things, we might be preserving parts of ourselves that we might not want to stick around. While we don't have to attach our self-worth to our content, we should think about what we're putting out there. Shakespeare wrote, "For there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so." I believe these apps are neither good or bad, but how we use them in our relationship with them makes it so. Because currently, I don't think it's the apps themselves, but how we're handling them that I think is the real problem with social media.